Dear music lovers, we just opened with a wonderful video made where and by. We'll ask directly to her. A warm welcome to Anne Gabrièle Douce. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. And you?
Thanks to being here with us today in the studio, and I have a lot of questions to ask you. And before to start, how did your passion for classical music begin?
I have a passion for music in general, not just classical music. I don't know, I think always, when I was a child, my dad used to put a lot of music at home. I remember that when my friend used to have like this lullaby to go to sleep, my dad used to put like Peter and the Wolf from Prokofiev. And he used to be a clarinet player, but his dad asked him to choose a real job, so he had to quit. But he always been like so passionate about classical music that it's always been like the soundtrack of the house. I don't know, it's been there. So it was part of my life, like water, food, everything.
Yeah, as I said, we just opened with a wonderful video where you walk inside this beautiful landscape. There is a villa and you play magnificently. Where the video was made?
It was in North London, in a park near Hampstead. It was made actually for a TV show for Abu Dhabi TV. It's a bit cheesy, I have to admit, but I kind of enjoyed to do it, like to change a little bit. It's not very serious. It's a lot of me moving in the wind.
Wow, fantastic.
It's very nice to do. It's cheesy, but to be honest, sometimes, why not?
That's very good.
And for me, it was very nice because for the first time, I had like to improvise on the scale of Arabic music, which music I absolutely don't know about. So it was like a discovery, very nice. But thank you for liking.
It's a pleasure, it's a pleasure. Video is a new form of art, and with classical music it matched perfectly. You play two instruments, the piano and the double bass. How do you manage to reconcile the two instruments, very different from each other?
So first, I don't practice both the same way. I practice way more piano than double bass. And at the end, it's just music. Both of them are music. It's not like if I was doing dance and music. It's like when I test something on piano, it makes me understand things on double bass. And the opposite. For example, on double bass, you have to create the sound. Like you have to make your own sound. And it makes me understand things about on piano, how to manage the sound, how to create my own sound as well. And rhythm, for example, that's universal. So if I understand it on double bass, I will understand it on piano. The only thing is technique. Yes, the technique is different, but music is the same. Like a phrase is a phrase, like a sound, rhythm, how to build the suspense in a piece. The good thing is I'm absolutely terrible in sight reading and piano. I'm very bad, it's embarrassing, but I'm excellent on double bass because it's way easier than piano for sight reading. So each instrument complements the other one, so it's not practicing double. It's okay for the technique, yeah, you have to do like different things, but at the end, musically, it makes everything easier.
Now you're in London. and you perfected yourself at the Royal College of Music, a very prestigious institution. How was and how is this wonderful experience?
It was very nice because when I was living in France, they didn't like the fact that I was playing two instruments. And at one point I was playing classical music and jazz. So not only I was doing two instruments, but two different kind of music. And for them it was too much. They thought that I can't generalize, but in the institution, for them they thought like I couldn't be good at any of them. Because if I do too much, that means like I don't do enough in either of them. In England, that was the opposite. They were very happy that I do two instruments. It made my life super easy. When you get in what they call joint principal studies, that means basically you have everything double, like double bass and piano, all the lesson double. You pay only one fee, not two. Like you have double of lesson, double of work, but you pay only one fee in university, which is completely different from France. And it changed my whole, like I was way more secure because for the first time no one questioned my ability to play. They were just like, for them it was either normal or it was a skill, like a bonus, something nice. And I really, really appreciate that. Like they made my life way easier. It was such a nice experience. Like I had very good memory from the school. I'm very grateful from the school.
Yeah, there's a moment in your career as a musician that you remember with more joy or an unforgettable moment for you?
As a double bass player, I will say when I was 11, I've been discovered by a jazz violinist called Didier Lockwood, and he made me play Salle Pleyel, which is like a very big venue in Paris, for the Jean Godard, which is like the award for the jazz. I was 11 and that was the first time that I played like in front of thousands of people, and I think it was like 32 different TV channels or things like this. Because I was 11, I was not stressed. Now it changed, now I'm terrified, but I was 11, I was not stressed, I was surrounded by all this, and I felt so good. I felt like in pyjama alive on stage, like honestly, it's the best sensation ever. And as a pianist, I will say my first concert as a UNESCO in Paris when I was around 20, because I won a piano competition, and so they invited me to play at UNESCO. I was terrorized, but I felt so alive, and I could feel the audience while I was playing. That was the first time that I could actually feel all this energy from the audience with me as a support, like really like a cover, and I felt absolutely amazing. And otherwise, like I will say, every time I play with an amazing musician, when I play with like my cellist, for example, or I just start to play with an amazing musician recently, and it's just so nice to share this and like to create something together. Like actually everything makes me very happy to teach, make me very happy. I'm a happy person.
Well, congratulations, of course. I know you love social media, and I know that you're a great supporter of the Major TV, and we thank you for all your enthusiasm. As you know, our goal is to disclosure on social media classical music. What do you think of today's situation regarding classical music on the web, and what suggestion would you feel to give to an artist who want to show these skills on social?
I will say that people should not consider social media as a little thing. Like some people, they think that classical music has to be played in a certain way, in a certain venue, in a certain outfit, and it can't be changed. And no, this is not this. Music is not this. Music is made to share an emotion. Like it used to be played in the living room of people before. It used to be entertainment. And I'm not saying the quality has to diminish. I'm just saying like as we should use every possibility, every tools to share the music, like social media and internet, for example. That means that people in India, for example, will not use to listen to classical music, or who don't have like, there is no, maybe I'm wrong, but there is no classical music school, for example, in India. And so they just have like to go on their computer and they discover a new form of music, and and they discover people who do a job that they maybe didn't know about. And social media make you as well like be very, very close to the audience. In concert, for example, you always meet the same kind of people, or sometimes you can't even meet the people because they have to leave. I mean, they've got a parking space to pay, they have to go to restaurants. I mean, everyone has a life and you don't have time. On social media, you can take the time to answer to people, to talk to people, to discover new musicians, to meet new musicians, and you're not just restricted in your bubble, because in real life, you always spend time in the same bubble of people. You meet friend of friends, or you meet like, if you go somewhere, you always meet the same kind of people, which is nice. But that means at the end, you're always surrounded by the same people. On social media, you can discover people you will never met in real life. Like normally, for example, recently I play with like Praveen on social media. His name is the flute guy. He plays the Indian flute. First time of my life that I play with someone that plays the Indian flute, and how will I met him? In my day-to-day life, never. We don't go to the same concert, we don't listen to the same music, we don't like have the same friend, but at the end we met and we played together, and it was very nice. And just like, it's social media, you can either take it to like a show off, which is not that very useful. I mean, yeah, you can be pretty and play half naked. If it makes you happy, you do whatever you want, but
yes.
You can use it. No, but if it makes you happy, honestly, go for it. You hurt no one. But you can use it as well as a tool to meet people, to discover new music, to show to people what is classical music, to show that it's not boring. You don't have to be too serious. That you can have a life as well. That it's not only practice, eat and sleep. You can go out. You can have fun. That. No, that's true. Classical music, people clap music can be nice, can be grumpy sometimes, but can be like having fun and all that kind of things that we never see. We can show that, for example, at the beginning when you learn a piece, you're absolutely awful. You can be the most amazing musician in the world. The first week you learn a piece, whatever you do, it's some crap. I mean, it's absolutely awful. And it's nice to know that, because sometimes when you feel a bit lonely, a bit stuck in your play, you think you're the only one who struggle. And sometimes it's nice to see that actually others struggle too. And it's just about keep going and playing and be persistent and believe in yourself. And that's very, very important.
There's a very big community out there. So where we can find you on social media, your website, Twitter, Instagram, whatever.
So website is still in building work, which basically means I bought the name. I started on my computer to build it, and I'm so bad that I think I'm going to ask someone else to do it, because I think I just spent the last 2 weeks to change the colors, and that's it. So it's really building up. Mainly on Instagram, Anne Gabrièle Douce.
You have a great audience and followers on Instagram. We're following you as the Major TV. We invite our audience to follow you on social media. Anne Gabrièle Douce, thank you very much for being with us with the Major TV. Last things, a greeting to our audience.
Thank you very much for watching this interview. Thank you for being interested in classical music. That's an amazing music. That's fun. That's interesting, that make you feel so many things without having to talk. It's absolutely incredible, and I hope there's going to be more and more and more of you liking classical music, discovering things, and you following the right channel for this.
Thank you. See you soon, Anne. Bye.
Bye.